Shabbat Shalom. This week we read the double portion of Vayakhel Pekudei, and the cantor will be reading specifically from the latter part, Pekudei. And in it there are really exacting descriptions of the clothing of the Kohen, of the Kohanim. And when I was thinking about this, I was thinking about the fact that there is a tension between the way we expect people to be clothed and the way we judge people by how they are clothed. Certainly, there are places where a certain style of clothing is appropriate. We know that the Kohanim wore what they wore to create a sense of awe, a sense of God's presence. We know that if we go into a fine restaurant or into a shul, there are certain clothes we wear and certain clothes that we don't wear. But the danger to this is that we also end up judging people by what they are wearing or how they look. No matter how many times we teach, don't judge a book by its cover, we always do. And I remember when I was in my first pulpit as an assistant rabbi at Congregation B'nai Torah in Boca Raton. As I was walking out of the office one day because I was late for an appointment, a woman said to me, "I want to make an appointment for you to speak to my grandson." I said, "I'm really in a hurry. Please set it up with my secretary. I would love to speak with your grandson." But because of that, because I was in a hurry, I didn't have a chance to ask her what she wanted me to speak to him about. When the grandson came in, he was about 21, 22. His head was shaved, and if you remember at that time, we were having problems with what they called skinheads. He was wearing an absolute vodka t-shirt and blue jeans that were ripped at the knees, and I thought to myself, oh boy, what am I supposed to be talking this kid out of? And instead, the young man looked at me and said, "Thank you so much for meeting me. I'm thinking of becoming a rabbi, and I want to know what it entails." So we have this tendency to judge people by how they are dressed and how they look. And while it is important to be cognizant of appropriate dress in appropriate places, it's also important to be cognizant that we should not be judging books by their cover. We should not be judging people by their external appearance, but by their souls and their kindness and their compassion. And we can follow this reading from Parashat Pekudei on page 534, verse 22. Page 534, verse 22.